At the latest from Las Vegas, joining us from Las Vegas, MSNBC senior national correspondent Chris Jansen. Chris, are police saying anything about the shooter at this point in terms of a motive?
Yeah, they had a late night news conference and they said, Mika, that is the focus of their investigation right now, because everywhere you go, obviously people are asking the question why, but there are no good answers. When you look at what we know about shooters in modern history of these mass events, you don't see anything like what we've seen before. Police denying in that late night news conference last night that he had any relationship to ISIS, even though the organization said that. This was not San Bernardino. There were no political views, as his brother said. This was not Charleston, where you had a white supremacist. This was not a case in Virginia, as we saw with Steve Scalise, where the shooter seemed to be targeting Republicans. In Tucson, you had a case of mental illness. There was no history for him of that. And at least right now, even though they went to his house in Mesquite and they obviously have collected items there, including presumably his personal computer, no writings like we saw in Columbine that would help to explain why he did what he did. The only thing that might be considered a real anomaly in his background, besides the fact that he was earning his living as a gambler and was known here, was that his father was a bank robber. He had escaped from prison. He and his family, raised by their mom, they moved around from place to place. But again, his brother said yesterday he was the least angry member of the family about what had happened to them. He was known here along the Las Vegas Strip. We now know from police last night that he brought at least 10 suitcases into the Mandalay Bay behind me, and when light comes you'll be able to see those two windows that he knocked out, where he set up those tripods and opened fire on that crowd of people at the Harvest Festival. The guns bought, as you said, seemed to be mostly legally, although no one around him seemed to know that he had any obsession with guns. If there was one more thing, it may be that it could have possibly been even worse, because in that search of his home, police say in addition to more guns, in addition to thousands of rounds of ammo, they also found explosives. And when they searched his vehicle here in Las Vegas, they found ammonium nitrate, which of course is a key ingredient in homemade bombs. But this morning, Las Vegas, as it wakes up, we'll still see the streets behind me outside of Mandalay Bay closed. Many of the casinos seem to be operating as usual from our check early this morning. But the question, the overriding question, Joe and Mika, of why still has no answer.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.